Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Sabah al-khair and welcome to CPSA's Daily Morning Assembly.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله والحمد لله لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير ربي يسألك خير ما في هذا اليوم وخير ما بعده وأعوذ بك من شر هذا اليوم وشر ما بعده ربي أعوذ بك من الكسل وسوء الكبر ربي أعوذ بك من عذاب في النار وعذاب في القبر. We have reached the morning at this very time. Unto Allah belongs all authority and all praises for Allah. None has the right to be worshipped except Allah, alone, without partner. To Him belongs all control and praise, and He is over all things powerful. My Lord, I ask you for the good of this day and the good of what follows it. I take refuge in you from the evil of this day and the evil of what follows it. My Lord, I take refuge in you from laziness and senility. My Lord, I take refuge in you from torment in the fire and punishment in the grave. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. In the name of Allah, with whose name nothing is harmed on earth nor in the heavens, and He is the all-seeing, the all-knowing. رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد نبيا. I am pleased with Allah as a Lord and Islam as a religion and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a prophet. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. O Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge, goodly provision, and acceptable deeds. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jazakallah khairan, Basil, for the recitation and translation. Just a couple of announcements. Tomorrow's final day to register or to eat or compete in the Asian month cook-off, I guess. All funds go to Rohingya Center and open 2nd to the 12th. Requirements to compete are very easy, and a lot needs to be brought, inshallah. Also, mock trial team will be visiting the DuPage County Circuit Court this Thursday, so students must inform teachers today to make up any work beforehand. And then I also wanted to make an announcement to give out some information. As we all know about the continued occupation of Palestine, my homeland, my home country. I know many of us, alhamdulillah, being Muslim, know about the atrocities that have been going on for 75 years now. So today marks the commemoration of the Palestinian Nakba, or catastrophe, as what it's known. 75 years ago today, on May 15, 1948, Zionist militia groups occupied Palestine, in which hundreds of Palestinian towns and villages were destroyed, and close to 1 million Palestinians became refugees without the right to return until today. This is aside from all these were just the people that survived. This is aside from all the people that did not survive, that were towns were burned down, people were murdered in mass murders. And this is an ongoing thing for the last 75 years. It hasn't stopped, and it hasn't gotten any better, unfortunately. So the atrocities, the Zionist militias, which are now known as Israeli occupying forces, have been committing with the continued destruction of homes, villages, schools, etc., such as the continuous bombing and bombardment, as we know, of Gaza up till just recently, a few days ago. And the desecration of Muslim and Christian holy sites breaks countless UN resolutions. Amnesty International and many other humanitarian organizations are calling this apartheid and an occupation. The continuous settler expansions that destroys Palestinian villages to create housing for European and American Jews goes against many, many UN resolutions. And I'm not sure if anyone has been paying attention to the recent news locally here in the US. So Rashida Tlaib, who is a Palestinian Muslim Congress lady in the US Congress, was going to have a Nakba commemoration this past weekend. And unfortunately, Kevin McCarthy, Speaker of the House, on Tuesday announced that he is canceling the event. So, alhamdulillah, she was able to still have the event, not at the original location, with the help of people like Bernie Sanders. There were many people that attended the event. There were Nakba survivors that were there that spoke about the atrocities that happened to them, that witnessed everything, and that were, impacted and affected for their entire lives until today. There are many, many Nakba events going on across the country, here locally, in Chicago as well. Some are virtual, some are in person. You could just search up online and find many through American Muslims for Palestine here locally in Chicago are having events. There are some in-person events as well, where you could hear stories of the occupation, again, from Nakba survivors, to let you know and kind of give you a little bit more background of what actually is going on, aside from what the mainstream media likes to show us, which is always inaccurate. So this is just a little bit of information. I don't want to go on any longer. I know I've taken up too much time, but if you could do some research today and find some things out on your own about the ongoing Palestinian catastrophe, please do so. May Allah free Palestine, inshallah, ya Rab, in our time, and may Allah free all the oppressed all over the world. Jazakallah khairan, everyone, for joining us, and as always, have a very blessed day.